You're with your phone. Can you just open to Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3 for me? Ephesians 1, 3. Is someone there? If you are there, can you just read it out for me? Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3.
Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ,
Okay.
who has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places.
Blessed be the God of the Lord God, our Father, Jesus Christ. Now, I want you to note the word Father. Now, when a father blesses you, what is it called? When your father blesses you, what is it called? It is called an inheritance. Do you understand? The blessings of your father, what we call the will of your father, is a blessing from your father to you. Are we following? So when your father blesses you, what he is giving to you is an inheritance. Are we together? And so it is important that to note that you did not do anything to be worthy of the inheritance, right? You were not there, you were not the one who labored, and then you begin to enjoy the fruits of the labor. This is why it is an inheritance, because you only came into the will as a way of being born into the family, right? Are we together? Are we following? So you're being a partaker. You're being reduce the meaning for me. You're being a partaker of this specific blessing is because your father. It is because your father gave you an inheritance. Blessed be the God, our Father. Blessed be the God, our Father, who has blessed us with every spiritual blessing. So it is important to note that when it comes to the blessings of God that you receive as a result of being in Christ Jesus, you did not do anything to be worthy of it. It was given to you because you are born of God. Do you understand? Do you understand? So it is not a product of your labor. It is not a product of your labor. It is a product of the fact that you were born into that family. That is why you become a partaker of those blessings. Are we getting it? So when God begins to bless a man, when you begin to go to God in prayer or finance concerning a particular matter, it is important to note that because He is your Father, there is a provision there is a provision of God that is available called the blessings of the Father. And this blessing is the inheritance of God, which is yours automatically because you are a son in that family. Everything that belongs to the Father now belongs to you, right? Are we following? Yes. I want you to follow me with your heart. And it is important to also note that the blessings of God which come to you is not a product of your work. No amount of prayer that you pray can grant you these blessings. Do you understand? So I want you to understand that it is an inheritance. It is not what you work for. It is something that you will born into, and so you can now be a partaker of the provision that was made available. Do you understand? Are we following? Yes. And so when you begin to pray to God concerning a matter that requires finance, it is important to note that the reason why you are going to get this thing is because God is your Father. And now, in this aspect, there is a place of, in this aspect, you are in the stage of ask and it shall be given unto you. Do you understand? And so, it's like the Bible said, no son will ask for bread from his father and will be given a stone, right? And so this provision was made available because you are his child, and it is important that when you ask, he is able to give unto you as much as it will not be harmful to you. Do you understand? He said, no son will ask for fish and then you will be given a snake. Are we following? But the reason is because if it is a snake, we all know how the snake is harmful, right? And so God knows that you are asking for fish, but this fish is somehow a snake at the moment. At that particular timeline when you are asking for the fish, it is a snake. Now, the deception of the devil is that the devil is willing to give you anything, in as much as you will bow and worship. Do you understand? But the Father does not give you because he wants you to bow and worship. The Father gives you because you are his son. Are we following? And so this is the difference. When you begin to ask, it is important to note that there are some blessings that are deception in disguise. So you must note that when you are asking from God the Father, you must understand that the Father will give you bread. Give us this day our daily bread. So there is a portion of God that is available for every time, per time for you. Are you following? There is a blessing of God that God has designed that will be available for you per time. And so when you get to that point, you have a need. You know you have a need, and then I'm taking us through this process because there are different stages of prayer. Are we together? I'm going to talk about these 5 stages, and then we are going to engage. These 5 stages of prayer, and we're going to engage. Now, the first part I've been talking about is this since I started is the first stage, which is the first stage which we believe it is the give us this day our daily bread. So, as a child, you cannot begin to operate by yourself. Do you understand? A child is still under the influence of his father, and so everything that you receive from your father is regulated, right? When you were young, it is not everything that you ask from your father that he will give to you. When you were 3 years old, if you ask for a car from your father, will you be given a car? Why? Because at that moment you are not able to handle a car, right? And so it is not that you are not worthy of the car. The car is yours by inheritance. But because you have not gone to that point whereby you can handle the car, the car will be delayed. It's not because it is not yours. It is because you are not yet ready to own that property. Do you understand? And so you must note that when you are asking for this day your daily bread, that apportioned bread for the day is always available. It is always available in the sense that every time before you ask, the bread is already made available. This is what now it is important to sustain a kind of consciousness. What is that consciousness? That give us this day our daily bread is a child asking from his father for the inheritance that belongs to him. Are we following? Okay, Mama beloved. Okay, I think she has a child already, so she'll be able to understand what I'm trying to say. I want you to talk. When your son asks for something from you, and then maybe your son asks for presently your son asks you to give him 100,000, and that presently he wants to get a bike, and then he asks you to give you 100. He asks you to give him 100,000. You have the 100,000 with you. You have the money, but at the moment, you have this consciousness that he cannot handle 100,000. But the reason why this child is asking is because this child knows that this is my mother, this is my father, and so that if I have a need, I have every right to go and ask, right? Now the child is small. Very small, but there is this consciousness that the child has sustained, that there is a provision that is made that is in my father, that every time I ask, my father will provide, right? That is why the child comes to you and ask for that particular thing, because the child has sustained a level of consciousness that he is sure that he will always make that stuff available. Do you understand? So let's have your system. So do you understand? Yes. Are we following? Now, the reason why I'm taking you through all of this is so you will know that when next you are going to go to your father, when you are going to go to God in prayers. Now, I'm talking about the first stage. Now, every believer are in different stage here. Now, let me come down. Let me come down. Now, there is the first stage of prayer. When I begin to grow up, I discovered that there were different dispensations, there were different levels of knowledge when it comes to praying. And now the first phase I noticed was that prayer to us was us paying obedience to God. As a believer, we believe that when we wake up every morning, we must pray. Right? This is not when we are born, you know that you must pray to God. You will, as a believer, as a Christian, born in a Christian home, you are taught to pray every morning, right? Yes, so it is normal that you must worship God in the morning. It is a kind of consciousness that was sustained for a generation. that men now believe that if every morning you must pray to God, you must pay obedience to God in prayers. Are we following? Now, that was the distinction. There are people still in this stage. They are believers, Christians still in this stage of prayer. They believe that prayer is what you do to worship God. It's a form of worship. A form of worship. Now, I don't use the word paying obedience. Let me use the word worship. Do you understand? So, that is the level of consciousness that some certain believers are now, presently. That is their current knowledge of what prayer means. Do you understand? Are we following? So, these people, they are not wrong. They are not wrong. It is just the level of consciousness that they have been able to sustain. Now, one of the reasons prayer in true sense is worship. What is worship? Worship is coming into that place of fellowship with the Father, where you become one with Him. Consciously, you enter that state of interaction where you and the Father become one. Now, there are different stages of worship. There is a stage of worship where, as a king, you have to come and then you cast your crown and then you bow and worship. You are not going there. The stage of worship I'm talking about is this stage where you now worship God because you know that He is the supreme, He is the King of all, and so it is important that you pay obedience to Him. Are we following? Are we following? Now, there is a second stage of prayer. The second stage of prayer here is now. Let me use stages so that you will know where you are presently. Now, this second stage of prayer is I'm not teaching. I just want to take us through. It is important that we understand these stages because many times we believers we are different stages, and so we are not at the same level of understanding. And so when we come together to ascend consciously as a complete persona, because of we being at different stages, we are not able to fully ascend and download those realities we are trying to apprehend in God. Those realities, they are our inheritance in God. Are we getting it? Those are things that belong to you. Now, there is what we call faith is a perception, knowing that there is a work that has been finished. There is something that belongs to you, which you now have in the Father. Now, what you do in faith is that you begin to consciously partake of this reality that is yours in the Father. Are we following? Are we following? Am I speaking grammars? Okay, it is important that we know this because the second stage of prayer is that stage that I just spoke about. Give us this day our daily bread. Some certain believers believe they only come to God in prayers when they have needs. This is the consciousness that they are sustained. That when they come to God, when they have needs, He is able to meet their needs. Are we following? Are we following? So that is their level of consciousness at the moment. They know that every time they come before the Father, He will meet their needs. Are we following? Are we following? And so now there is the third stage of prayer. As I begin to grow up, I discovered that a new dispensation came up. And in this dispensation, the understanding of prayer is that prayer is what you do to access power in God. Now, can we see that these things are not wrong? One of the reasons for the making of man is that man will come to that point of worship. Are we following? So man was designed for worship. And so when a man wake up in the morning and worship God, it is not something bad, it is nothing normal. But there is a level of consciousness that we must sustain to note that prayer is just beyond this. It's beyond just coming to pay obedience to a king. Are we following? Now there is the first level. I want us to do some certain things. So we're going to engage some certain priesthood stuff, but I want to bring us to a level of understanding. So that when we need to engage these things, you will do it consciously, knowing what you should do. Are we following? And so there is this first level of prayer. Now we know that there are some of our brothers that are still at this stage of prayer. They pray 12 hours. They know that after they have been able to gather energy, they can go out and lay hands on the sick and the sick will be healed. Because that is the level of consciousness that they sustain, that when they have prayed for long, they are able to generate power to do certain things in God. Are we following? There are people like that. We are seeing them now. There are people like that at that stage of prayer that they know that every time they pray, every time they open that mouth and they begin to pray, 3 hours, 4 hours, there is a level of energy that they generate to access power in God. That is their level of consciousness. Now, praying can open up your soul to access the realities in God, right? Because prayer is a means whereby you download the realities of God into your soul, right? And so these people are not wrong in that stage of prayer. They are praying to download power. But now, I came to discover that if at this fourth stage of prayer, they will begin to come to that point. Now, this set of people, they know that everything that they are looking for in God is already made available, right? I mean, was at this stage. You said? Okay. The fourth stage. I said at this first stage, there are certain persons that they know that everything you need in God is already made available. I mean, was at this stage that you know, presently, you know that everything you need in God is available. Okay. I mean, was at the stage of knowing that if you pray for a long time, you can enter a dimension of power. Let's be sincere with ourselves. I want us to handle this issue because there are people at different levels of knowing. And so the reason why we are not able to truly ascend as one person. You know, when we come to fellowship, what we do in fellowship is we ascend as one man. When we come together, we are not, everyone is not seeing 30 men. Everyone is seeing one man. Are we following? When we come together, he said they were in one accord in the upper room. They were in one accord. Everyone is not seeing 30 men. Everyone is not seeing 120 men in the upper room. Everyone is only seeing one man. Ebenezer, through one man, sin came into the world, and through another man, life. We have read that scripture, right? Romans chapter 5, verse 21, I suppose. So, through one man, sin came into the world. Sin came into the world through one man, and through one man, life came. And so, every time we come together to fellowship, we are maybe 30, we will be 40 in a room, but everyone is only seeing one man. Everyone is only seeing one man. So when you go to God in prayer and you say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as this level, blah 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 blah. Give us this day our daily bread. Everyone is not seeing 30 men praying this prayer. Everyone is seeing one man, his son. Ask him, give me this day my daily bread. Through one man, sin came into the world, and through one man, life came. Now, it is important to know that our identification with Jesus, what it does is that everything that Jesus went through on the cross, we went through that. This is basic new creation reality, right? We died with him, we were buried with him, we went to the grave with him, we went to hell with him, we were church with him when we were church, when we went to hell and he conquered hell, we conquered with him. When he resurrected, we resurrected with him. When he ascended, we ascended with him. This is basic new creation stuff, right? Yes. And so it is important to note that through all of these things, and so through Jesus, we now become partaker of all the inheritance in God, right? Yes. This is basic new creation reality. So I have to take us back so that we will know that when we come together in fellowship, everyone is not seeing 30 men. Everyone is not seeing 30 people raising their voice to God. Everyone is supposed to see one man. But because we are at different level of knowing, when we come to God in prayer, there are certain persons that when they are praying, their own definition of prayer is give us this day our daily bread. You are asking, let thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. But that person at that moment is thinking about the needs that he has not met at home. He's thinking about the house rent that they have not paid. He's thinking about the money, the specific money that they need. Are we following? Are we following? So we are different level of consciousness, and all of this level of consciousness, they are not wrong. Are we getting it? Man, this kind of atmosphere. Let's be on our feet. 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 Now it is important to note all of these things. Now the last part of prayer that everyone, every believer is on. That level of consciousness that every believer is expected to sustain is that level where you come to, you understand that heaven cannot have access to earth except via a man. Are we following? Now, the operation of spirit is to the point that whenever a spirit needs to find expression, a spirit will have to pass through man, because according to legality, a spirit cannot do anything on earth without a man, right? Basic priesthood. And that is why through one man sin came. Sin was an expression of a reality that was outside God, and it came via giving expression to the essence of the spirit. He said, if you eat of this fruit, you shall not die. It was a spirit that said, if you eat of it, right? And so Adam subscribed to the reality of this. What Adam just did, the knowledge that Adam subscribed to was not what was the problem. What happened, what really was the problem was that when Adam subscribed to the knowledge, he also partook of the essence of the spirit. Do you understand? And so he is not only reflecting that knowledge, he's now reflecting that spirit. Do you understand? And so that was how the darkness begin, corruption begin to gain expression on earth, because man gave access to that spirit. And so the essence of that spirit is now reflected in the earth realm. Do we get basic priesthood? This is basic priesthood. And so we must come to the point of knowing that every time we come to God in prayer and we begin to do certain priesthood things, we are giving expression to heaven to find access on earth. Do we get? Just as through one man sin came, through one man life must come. Do we understand? And so when you enter a territory, the territory is not seeing you. The territory is supposed to see heaven. Are we following? So, because you are supposed to give expression to a culture, a civilization, a kingdom. Did you notice that whenever Jesus is talking, Jesus will say, and the kingdom of heaven is likened to, the kingdom of heaven is this. Every time he does a miracle, he always give expression. By many times he mentioned the kingdom. The kingdom is within you. The kingdom is this. The kingdom is that. We are Bible students, right? We have okay. Anyone that not read the Bible in months, I understand. So if you go to the book of Matthew down to the fourth gospel, you discover that the message of Jesus was always kingdom, right? His emphasis all through. So it was not just that Jesus came to bring us to a state of remembrance. Jesus was introducing us to a kind of meditation, whereby that consciousness that was lost as a result of interacting with the essence of that spirit was now being regained as a result of his continuous actions. Are we following? So when Jesus is killing the sin, he's showing you that there is a dimension in God that brings you to a point of restoration, whereby you are not supposed to experience a kind of decay called sickness. Are we getting it? Yes. So Jesus is showing you that you are not supposed to fall sick. There is no sickness in the original design of God. Are we getting it? And so whenever Jesus does a miracle, heal the sick, he's showing you that in the reality of God, which is the kingdom that he has come to emphasize, there is no sickness there. Are we getting it? When Jesus walked on water, Jesus is showing you that there is a level of there is a dimension in God that man can be in harmony with all creation, including water. Are we following?